Ladies and gentlemen, this is Controversial Room. As you all know, I'm your humble host, Praise Ewuzie. And right here, I still have my guest. The one on Moku. Can we introduce yourself? Introduce yourself, starting.
Okay, my name is Igwe Alo Jeremiah Nabike.
Okay.
Oh, thank you very much. I remain yours truly, Amati Ama.
Amati. I can never forget that name.
Amati Ama.
The name is, I keep saying, the name is unique. I just love the name Amati.
Thank you very much. That means I'm owing you a lot of things.
Yeah, you'll be there. You say you'll be there.
Whenever you call me, that
You never dash someone yesterday and today again.
no worry.
All right. Today we have an interesting topic, which I want us to discuss. You get? I will start with my brother Jerry.
Okay.
So, Mr. Jerry, for some period of time now, there is this controversial topic trending whereby even both genders are saying it, that a real man should kneel and propose to his woman. Where they see it very important. Even I've seen some situation whereby a lady turned down a proposal because of the guy in question
Did not kneel down.
did not kneel down to propose. So what's your view on it?
Okay, thank you so much. I think what I have to say is, there are some people who don't agree. They don't want to kneel down.
Who don't agree?
Who don't agree or who do
Based
not
on
maybe.
what?
Okay, the thing is, if you are a traditional man,
No, wait. I want to know from your own perspective, from your own view. What do you think? Do you think because they say it shows respect for your woman? Do you get for
Yes.
you to kneel down? It shows that you adore her, you respect her. Do you
yeah,
get for
yes.
her to be your wife?
yeah,
No, being a wife has a lot of things.
yeah.
You get. So, what's your view? Is it really important the way the world see it today to kneel down and propose to a woman?
Okay, in my own view, I don't see it as a problem. Now, the thing is, you see that moment, ladies feel that it's something that comes once in a lifetime. They feel that they just cherish that moment.
Which means they love it when
They
man
love it, so
kneels down.
just make that moment special
Special.
for them.
Okay?
You understand? So they feel that don't just create a happy memory. It's something that we may not do it again.
So, on your own view, you can adopt that.
In my own view, I can adopt that.
Okay.
However, just as I wanted to say before, people
No, I've actually heard your own view. You know, I want to also ask Mr. Amati on his own view. You get? You said you can, from if I hear you right.
yes,
Yeah, you say you can adopt that.
Yes.
Because it's something that comes once
In a while.
In a while, like once in a lifetime, not
Yes.
in a while.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Mr. Amatiama, do you have a contrary view concerning what Mr. Jerry is talking about?
Oh, thank you, my brother.
Yeah.
You see, this question is highly sensitive and as well controversial. And while approaching this topic, one must be very careful as not to finally shoot himself on the leg.
How?
But however I do things, I must end up putting myself in problem as always. That's been my hobby. I must not end this problem without putting myself in trouble.
So you like see it tastes differently.
Yes.
Okay.
So I must unequivocally, completely disagree with him.
Wow.
okay.
Are you for it?
Yeah.
So what's your view?
Unequivocally.
Why-
You see, the day a man kneels down
Okay.
to propose to a woman, he has relinquished his power, his authority and relevance to the woman.
Why?
Make no mistake. Men are not designed to be submissive. It doesn't matter how you perceive it.
So are you now saying kneeling down is to submit?
You are submitting or relinquishing your authority to a woman, ordinarily whom you should be leading.
Don't you think, Mr. Matiawa, don't you think kneeling down shows like what the was is how
Now let me calm down. Let me give you a holistic analysis of this whole trending, because of the increasing level of Western dominance, we now bring it into our system and normalize it. Culturally and scripturally, it is not permissible anywhere. Culturally, scripturally, it is not permissible anywhere in our culture as African people we are, and scripturally, it is never seen anywhere in the scripture. And God has never, for any reason, told a man to kneel down. Because a man has always been in the leadership. Why do you now start domiciling culture that will make us to become substandard for people who are supposed to be leading? Now let me tell you. Kneeling down to propose to a woman does not in any way portray respect. It portrays completely a relinquishing of power and authority to someone you should be leading. Men are designed to show leadership. And it doesn't matter how you perceive it. It doesn't matter. Women are supposed to be ordinarily appreciating men for proposing, for having such good men and innocent men in their lives. Now, contrarily or unfortunately, men now subjugate themselves under them, all in the name of pursuing or chasing trend. That's not who we are.
Mr. Timothy, you said we adopt Western culture.
Yeah.
We adopt it. Don't you think maybe we shouldn't adopt it, that we should go our native culture? Then don't you think we have been adopting it, and there are some certain things apart from proposal that we have
now in the context of, if we want to discuss other issues outside proposal, then we'll begin to look at different angles. But even if in Africa context, whether in Western context, anywhere around the globe, it was never allowed upon the creation of man to be submissive under a woman.
I have something to say.
You have something?
I have something to say.
Are you concurring with him or?
No,
Because I'm not yet convinced. I'm not really convinced.
Allow me to give you a background overview that someone who you should be leading will now end up coming back to lead you, all in the name of you thinking that, what makes you think that kneeling down will guarantee perpetual respect in that marriage? Because they will make no mistake, women will subtly test your patience and authority, and anything you guarantee them, that's what they continue to do.
All right, Mr. Jerry, what do you have to say?
Just as from the culture, I understand that African culture does not allow a man to kneel down. And however, if you are a traditionalist,
Jerry, make no mistake. Sorry for me to cut in here.
Okay.
I must cut in. You are trying to contextualize this based on culture. I am trying to tell you, a man as an entity globally, irrespective of cultural variation, a man is a man anywhere in the world. Right. Whether in the Western world,
that is not.
I know where he's trying to say. But listen, I want to cut him up there. That he is now to contextualize it in African perspective or culture. Perhaps If as an African man you think you are a traditional
Because
man,
that's the way of
then
life.
you
The
know.
culture is what
Now,
defines
but
it.
I am trying to tell you that a man in Nigeria remains a man in United Kingdom. A man in United Kingdom remains a man in Arab.
Okay,
No,
I have a
Ask me
question.
question.
I have a question.
Yes,
I understand a man remains a man
wherever
in
across the
world.
globe.
And just as emphasis on the people's way of life, on their culture, do you know that there are some things that, as a man, maybe within your globe, men do, or within the globe of another?
Now I made you
Men don't do
reference
that.
of scripture. Is Bible or scripture culturally based?
Bible is not.
It's not.
It's
So it's globally accepted. So if something that covers the whole globe does not in any way record that a man should kneel, or it has not been traced,
Okay, I have a question for you. Are you now saying that the Western world are
this is their own culture. This is their own culture.
Okay, are you now saying their culture is
And their culture, I'm not. This is what they adopt. Yes.
culture.
This is I'm not. See, I'm not here to judge people's culture. Because if I begin to judge people's culture and tradition, people will come and judge my own culture harmfully. But I'm stating fact the way it is. Fact remains that man is designed to lead. You are not meant to be under a woman. That is fact. However you bend it to suit whatever narrative you are trying to create is on your own. This is what they design. Even in our African context, we have a way of proposing to our own women. But in doing that, we don't kneel down.
We would like to know. we really like to know.
Yeah, the African culture does not. African culture.
So in African context, there's a way we propose to our own women. Perhaps
How
we
is it?
now
How is it done?
it is done in a way that if a man wants to take a bride, there will be a cultural festival where perhaps the maidens, they will all gather in a village square.
The king wants to choose.
They will start dancing or doing some cooking skills, a lot of exhibitions, after which the best will be picked. And while they are picking the best, the man will not kneel down. Now, in our traditional context, why is it that a woman kneels down to give the husband palm wine on the traditional marriage day?
No, we are not.
This is
the
no.
African culture.
This is how it's supposed to be. Submit to that man, and the man will now stand you up, lead you. This is what in total demonstration that you submit. I lead you, not me. Submitting and you are leading me is an aberration of God's design for mankind.
All right, Mr. Jerry, you wanted to say something?
I think what I wanted to say is I understand that of the African, and that has been the African culture in terms of proposal.
Okay.
And the African culture does not allow men to kneel down. Yes. Now, however, if one chooses to adopt the Western way of life, which maybe kneels down to propose to the woman, the thing here is, if you are adopting the Western way, you have to do it the way they do it. What am I trying to say is, you can't say you're a traditional man after you have adopted the Western way of proposal. Like you've arranged the event, decorated it, put flowers, will you marry me and all that. And when it gets to that, which is the Western way, and when it gets to that point, that is now when you remember that, oh, I'm a traditional man. I'm not going to kneel down. I don't know if you get.
But before then, you've been adopting the Western.
Yes, exactly. You have adopted the Western way of this thing.
If I get you are trying to say, if you are trying to adopt a Western way, do it to the end.
Do
Then
it
if
to
you are
the
trying
end.
to,
If you
portray
say
that
you are a traditional man, you do it to the end. You take it that way.
But in some situations, I've seen some people that portray traditionalists, like most of the outfit we do wear
Yes.
is the Western outfits. I've seen in some cases some traditionalists wearing Western outfits. So are you trying to say they shouldn't adopt that?
The
at
same
all?
way you see that's how most Westerners, when they come towards this side, you see them wear some of our Ankara or some of our own material. So it's a vice versa.
His analogy, sorry, I'm going to digress a little bit. His analogy is likened to this recent brouhaha in National Assembly, where they were agitating real-time transmission of electoral results, real-time. You know what the National Assembly did? They said, okay, real-time transmission of electoral results, but in a situation where network fails, do it manually. That clause is erroneous. It could be dangerous. I am not contexting whether as an African man or as a Western man. I am contexting man as a human being, as a human entity. Once they born you and you become a man, you become a leader, whom through a woman should be submissive to, and you lead. But if you now choose to submit your authority, your relevance, and your power, whatever that makes you a man, to her, all in the name of showing respect that you are not sure that it will last for the next 24 days or next 24 hours, so to say. Then on your own. But the man in me, I am not a weak man.
The man in you
will not succumb to kneeling down,
all right,
to proposing to any
Mr.
woman.
Matiaba, I have a question for you.
Okay?
Okay, what if in a situation, you and as an African man, maybe you find yourself in a Western country.
Okay.
Yet, probably one thing led to other, you meet a Western woman. Then it's time for proposal.
Okay.
Are you going to tell me that you are not going to kneel
No.
down? And you remember, these people cherish this their
No,
culture
they
as
must
much
see.
as
No.
you cherish yours. So in
Then
this situation,
who
what
is
are
to
you-
lead? Who is to be the head of the
There are
family?
some Western cultures whereby women lead.
Who is the father? If you are the father, that means you are the leader. And you should marry me, you pay my bride price.
But you know there are places that when the
this
women
is
pay bride
proposal.
price.
If they pay bride price, men are still the leader. I am not here to judge culture. I am discussing man as an entity,
Okay, man as a whole.
as a whole, anywhere in the
So
world.
you will tell me now you'll be telling her that you cannot.
I cannot,
even when they change.
and I cannot.
you
One,
know they
I
can turn down their proposal. They can
Yes,
turn
yes.
it
now,
down.
let me tell you.
100%.
They can.
Proposal is not an act of begging. It's only weak men that beg a woman to marry them.
So
if
unless you don't love that person. If you really love.
Love, don't talk about love here. It is about interest.
Oh, God.
Don't talk about love here.
How is
Love
that-
is likened to
how
interest.
is it an interest?
Eh? She saw something in me, and I saw something in her. Perhaps if those things is no longer working, she's willing to check out.
So it's transactional now.
Transactional. So don't bring love here. But what I'm trying to tell you that if perhaps I meet a Western woman and I succumb, let me even bring it back to our African blood. I will sell out my Africa originality to a foreign land.
Okay.
All in the name of what? Love. I sell where I am coming from as an African man. If I tell you, okay, will I now bring you back to Africa? Will you agree to follow me? If I need,
Yeah,
now, calm down.
Yeah.
If I begin to accept all those shenanigans from you, perhaps the time I want to ask you to follow me to Africa, you will tell me Africa is smelling. I cannot go with you.
Some do come,
Some. Those some are the same some that if I tell them I am an African man, I don't kneel down. My culture doesn't permit it. And my principle as a man, beyond culture, principle that have grown up to train myself with, do not allow me to do that. So if you say you find me interesting, you must oblige to my principle. And I must lead you
this made me now. I'm going to ask you a question, Mr. Amadiam. But before then, I would love to hear from you, Mr. Jerry. I would love to. What do you have to say based on what is said right now? Like, do you have anything to say contrary to what is right?
From his basis of analysis, I think he's revolving that, okay, by kneeling down, you relinquish all authority.
God have given you as a man to a woman.
So that is where I'm also. Do you actually think maybe by that moment you've relinquished, or there will be no more?
No, authority loss and relinquishing doesn't happen automatically. This is how it comes, subtly. One day they will tell you, baby, you know you love me, right? And as a simple you are, you will say yes, you love. And they will give you something that will test your principle, and you want to prove a point.
All right.
So, but do you know? Let's get this thing straight. There are, it doesn't mean men who leads as well, irrespective of having created that beautiful moment for you, they still don't tolerate maybe disrespect from maybe the woman.
When they have seen you kneeling down before them, you have already created room for them to keep on throwing insults.
With this now, I'm going to. My question will come in.
Okay.
I have a question for you. Don't you think, like you said, I believe there are still men who believe that all the whole men shouldn't kneel down to propose. Do you get? And there are still other men also portraying the opposite. Do you get? Are you not trying? Do you know that there are some marriages right now who the man knelt down to propose? Those marriages are more stronger, because in some situations there are more stronger marriages than marriages are not the same. There are stronger marriages, even those that kneel down. You are trying to say they have submit their power to the woman.
Now, check it. Whenever there is
African men.
Calm down. I know where you are going.
You get?
I know where you are going. If you come to a family, a home, and it's peaceful, check who is leading. Who is?
Most of it's the man.
Calm down. It's not the man.
It's the man.
It's the woman.
If the bed is still shaking,
Thank you very much. Since the bed is the woman, of course.
Are you with him?
Since now, because the bed is still shaking,
that's what she wants
and
to
there
say.
is peace in the house, and you think the man is leading. Go beyond the physical. The woman is leading. Men doesn't have time for nagging. Men are good people. If you give them wahala, they will excuse you. But if a man is leading, a woman who would want to challenge what you are doing will ask you, honey, but why? You understand? And then you tell a woman, don't do this. She will intentionally do it to see how you react. And if you keep quiet, they will say, oh, next time let me double it. And if you keep quiet over time, they will begin to override you.
All right. As an African man, like as a man who you are, do you think with this kind of narrative you have now, do you think you as a man will be very careful to choose a woman you want to marry, you want to propose to? Because some women don't agree with this.
Now, see,
what you are saying.
my brother. See, here. I have been a strong teacher and an advocate that young men should be selfish and ruthless in making choice of a woman to marry.
Okay.
Yes, be ruthless. Ruthlessness is not an act of wickedness. It's a means of setting boundaries, limits, building standards and principles upon which they must respect. Perhaps you fail to respect those principles, you check out. So I must be very ruthless and careful in making choice of a wife.
So if I hear you right, what you just said, you said you must be ruthless and careful.
Now again, even doing that, let me push in. It is most ridiculous that most men these days, I don't know what is their problem. They don't suppose to focus attention entirely on one woman as a man.
Wait, are you trying to say men should cheat?
It is not cheat.
Have multiple partners?
This is not cheat. It's exploration.
Exploration.
Is an
Please
Exploring
I'm
it.
trying to encourage people
calm
to
down.
like
This
let
is
them have multiple
this is what we call.
partner.
It is not about multiple partners. This is what we call experiential exercise.
Explain further, Mr. Explain further.
Yes, experiential exercise.
Explain further.
What did the God ask us to do? Go into the world, increase and multiply.
I don't agree.
Is it on,
So
it's
that-
not on that context? It's
Calm
not
down
on
now,
that-
calm
it's not
down.
on that
So you are doubting what God has said.
No, God is not on the context.
It's not
of
which
where-
context. Go into. How are you going to multiply?
See,
Increase. Allow me to die before you bury me.
okay, finish. I'm listening.
How are you going to multiply and increase if you only focus entirely? See, it is a dangerous precedent for men.
Solomon should be your
He's
mentor.
a polygamous man. He's an
Solomon
real
should be your
polygamous man.
How are you going to sustain this
I want to
this commandment from the Almighty?
I want to hear from Mr. Jerry.
I think the context to which you are using go into the world and multiply, it doesn't have to do. In fact, in multiplication, I mean in marriage, God has given us a principle to which, like in terms of the multiplication, only to married person. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Okay, only to married. So I must. That is why I say only to married persons.
You
So,
must
you
not
must-
be doing multiplication.
You
out
must-
of wedlock.
No, now I'm not talking about out of wedlock. But I'm trying to tell you that it's a dangerous precedent for you as a man to close your options. Shut it entirely for one woman. You know what you are?
So in conclusion, now, what are you trying to say? I really want to
What I am trying to
know
say.
your reasons behind this.
Oh, my reason.
Yeah.
Look at it. Women are very ruthless, very selfish in their choice of choosing a partner. And look at it. When a man, I wrote something, if some of you have been following my WhatsApp status, that's something I wrote. And I stated this clearly. That if a man focuses attention entirely on one woman, there's something that is going to happen, and it's a dangerous precedent. Obsession will come in. And when obsession comes in, three things are likely to happen. Three things. One, the young man will lose his power, his relevance,
Because he focused on one woman.
and his authority. Number two, he will lose control because he's obsessed. Thirdly, he will lose the woman's respect.
How?
Now, while you are busy trying to show how committed or
how
dedicated
good
you are, the girl is busy weighing options.
So some ladies are not.
No,
like
because
that.
maybe they tend
I
to see you
don't
that
agree
this
with
person will never leave me.
I don't agree with this.
I think
Some ladies are not like that.
You are entitled to your opinion, but your opinion is subject to verification. You are right to disagree with me, but I must back it up with empirical evidences anywhere you call me.
I guess in this situation, we leave the door open for other guests to come in and let's see if they have contrary opinion to you.
Because these people, and they will be enjoying the situation.
Personally, I don't agree with this.
Well, it is your personal opinion, and I'm not going to dispute your disagreement because disagreement is very essential in an issue like this. But what I'm trying to tell you is, fact check me. Investigate what I'm saying behind my back, and maybe next time we will gather here and we discuss it on a proper context.
Okay, are you trying to say that means if I may hear you clearly, maybe you are speaking from experience. Maybe you've had multiple experience concerning that prompts you to.
My experience is just a fragment of what is happening. Okay. My own experience. It's just a tip of an iceberg, a fragment, but it's not enough to justify. Yeah. But over and over and over, it has been established that women, while you are trying to show how committed you are, they are busy weighing options, assessing you.
Okay. Mr. Jerry, do you have any contrary view from what he's saying?
I think the thing is, it's not just only women. Let's say most times, human being in most cases tends to love in retrospect. What did I mean by that? That if you are too good to people, they won't even value it. So it's not even the aspect of only women. And in the aspect of women, you see a man will be showing that care, doing everything to that woman or to that lady. You see that it gets to the point where the lady tends to feel like, this guy will never leave me. So just as he said,
let me see how you are concurring with
yes, just as he said, the lady will be getting a backup and maybe weighing options because he knows that if I finish going, this one is a sure banker. It will never leave me. So now where the issue comes in, if the person that they think that he or she will never leave, is now when the person is gone and then they start to value that person in retrospect. If I had known, and then those chances or second chance or most times it doesn't come again.
Okay.
So.
All right, let me throw my last question to Mr. Amatiama before we conclude it. Mr. Amatiama, you are, like you said you have been an advocate of men being ruthless in choosing a partner, men being very careful in choosing a partner. So what are your reasons behind that?
Let me paint a narrative because I have always said my analogy over time has been beyond, to men who can hear me and hear me clearly, beyond any financial assistance you are giving to a woman, make sure you are ahead of the woman intellectually, almost 50 times. Because women, we end up leaving you for who they think matches their standard.
Or they see more value.
You know why? My reason is that most men refuse to level up. They refuse to choose growth. But women, they are selfish. They are ruthless. And I commend them for that. I commend women for being ruthless with what they want. A woman CEO cannot come down and marry a barrel pusher. He will marry someone controlling multi-billion-dollar company.
Ahead of her.
And that's how women are designed. Unfortunately, men who are controlling multi-billion-dollar company will come down and marry Mbeke.
I beat her from Egota.
And what are you trying to portray?
I think.
So you be careful.
This one for men happens in real life, Abi. Mm-hmm. But for that of a woman coming to marry Nollywood, that one they happen.
So why? So why? So a woman will now say, you are a woman CEO. You will approach a woman CEO. You say, what do you have? You are not in my league. This is how they are designed.
Class.
You are not in my class.
I beg. Which class? SS1
or SS3 or
because I don't get
100 level.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is really.
No. Before I close up.
Okay, your final take.
You see, is that women, they choose growth over sacrifice.
Okay.
They love men who are purpose driven. Who are living their lives in accordance with their terms, not men who are trying to prove a point. They just make sure that they get it right. So, They don't choose out of emotion. They weigh options. And my advocacy goes to men. Don't be a sin. Choose based on growth. Don't choose out of emotions. Because emotion will vanish just like a flame of fire. The real substance of what you have chosen will come back to haunt you or to make you prosper.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Jerry, your final take.
Yeah, my final take, if based on what we started with, just as I said, my final take is if you are someone who is rooted in African culture and
sorry, I want to cut you. You don't even need to be, as an African man, you don't even need to be rooted in African culture. African culture you should be wearing African culture like a clothes. So you have no choice to say I choose this one as an African man.
Do you know
I don't
one?
This is Western
one could be
dominance.
an African. I don't know if you get one could be an African
And still reject an African culture.
Yes, you know that. That happens.
It's possible.
It's possible. It happens.
African culture.
Like you said, everybody is entitled to his or her opinion.
One can be an African,
So,
but
that is it to say the right to freedom of association.
Exactly.
But then there's something I say before I go. There's something I used to tell people. No matter how far traveled you are, and as an African man you are, no matter how long you've lived overseas, you have forgotten yourself, sink yourself in Western dominance. One day a situation will call and they will question your origin. And that is where you trace your originality that you are an African man. So you don't even need to, you don't even say I reject it. African blood is already in you. One day something must happen.
All right.
And you must come back.
Okay,
All right.
let me continue what I was saying.
Your father.
What I was saying is, as an African man, let me keep it that way. As an African man, and you want to do your proposal as an African man, it means that you are not to kneel down to propose. Then, however, as an African person, or as an African man
Who cherishes Western culture.
who cherishes Western culture, and you want to maybe adopt this thing,
Fine.
which means if you have adopted the method of a proposal and you've done the event, the flowers and the rest of all that, it must not be at that point that you now remember that, oh, I'm an African.
If you are an African man adopting Western culture, remember, Westerners do not pay bride price, but you must still pay bride price in Africa. Are you not contradicting yourself?
I think that is now where I think it should be another distance for another day because
Are you not
because
contradicting
it's still
yourself?
the same thing when it comes to a wedding. Nigeria is a funny place. You will have the trad, the white. They adopt this one. They do their own trad. They adopt the white. They probably, I think they do cut as well. But just as you said, maybe the white in their own way. They don't pay the bride price.
They don't pay bride
Are you
price.
sure they don't pay
They
bride
don't
price?
pay bride price. They will just walk into the registry.
They will just call family.
Family walk into registry.
together,
Marriage is
sign
done.
documents, That's all.
Marriage is done. And you are here as an
But
African
there are
man.
some African men that do marry in the Western world without, even doing a trad. You get? There are also African men that marry in the Western world, then trying to do.
An African man that marries an African person that did not do a traditional marriage, you have not yet married that woman. Did you pay her bride price? Any child produced as a result of that marriage.
It's not about paying bride price. It's about the consent of the both families.
No, you must.
When the both families agree, okay,
fine.
give you my daughter, take care of.
Here in Igbo tradition per se, a single family like my family has no absolute right to decide how we give out our daughter's hand in marriage. It must be a decision of the woman and the kinsman.
Are you for real?
The kinsmen must sit down and make a critical decision. And you tell me that you marry as an African person in an African land and you do not pay bride price and you keep on producing children. Let me tell you, that children you produce is not yours.
I think the Igbo culture, you are not yet the owner.
If anything should happen to that woman,
You are not yet the owner. And if another man comes and pay the bride price and pay, that new person could be entitled to the ownership of the.
so you can't tell me that you're an African person and do not do trad.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Amatiama. Again, we will wrap it up. We will call it a day. To our viewers, tell us what to think on the comment section, because this my brother.
A polygamous African man.
I reserve my comment. All right, that will be all for now.
Oh, thank you, viewers.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. We ask you to like, share, and
follow us.
follow. It is what it is. Something worth doing is worth doing well. See you next time.
Yeah, and most importantly, you have to subscribe to our YouTube, because our YouTube here is where you get the full package. So you can't, if you're not subscribed to this channel, I don't think you'll be getting updates and more of this. So also show your support by subscribing. Also like, comment and share. So see you on our next video. Peace out.